Hey, we're playing Annihilated. This game has an ellipses in the title. The English setting is also currently in beta, so, you know, give them a break. Everywhere I look is absolute hell. Nothing but hell. Hunks of flesh from my allies are splattered everywhere. I feel like throwing up, but there's nothing left to throw up. I feel like, I'm all empty. And yet, even now, these eyes, these ears strain desperately for a path to survival. They remain alert to ensure I don't miss the slightest change, the faintest presence. That's how I spot it. It's a globule. A physical manifestation of slaughter, surging towards me. I dodge. Whoa! It's a bit later. Unless that's not how it works. We follow the left-hand wall, but somebody shoves me out of the way. And with a squishing, squelching sound, and the person collapsed before me is swallowed up by the quivering redness, which is pink. It was the sight of a life vanishing so abruptly. Strangely, the scene unfolded like a mirror reflecting my own fate. That's how it felt. Could have been me standing there. Why did I think that? Splattered by the spray of crimson, I finally regain my senses. I remember who I am. I am a member of a squad that set out in search of the hero's pay. Another pitiful victim who dared challenge the labyrinth of the dead. No, I'm not dead yet. Maybe it's too early to call me a victim. Right, I best stay calm and remember my name. My name is Soldier. Spruce. It looks good to me. That says Spruce. It's okay, I know it. I can still think straight. As I remember to breathe, the warmth returns to my fingertips. How long were you not breathing for? I forced my eyes, which had been staring transfixed, to shut tightly. I look away from what has already ended, now meeting the gaze of the foe before me. I've got to press on, sword in hand. I move my legs, the one part of me I can still control. The scraping sound of something being dragged mixed with wet, squelching echoes. Sounds as horrible as rotten vegetables being mashed up in a box. That's a good analogy. Narrowing my dull eyes, I strain to take in the sight before me. Its form remains unchanged, shining with a bloody, deep crimson gleam. Is it the globule? Oh. It looks smaller when you're not pontificating about it. Go get him. Oh. No, it's not looking good. Maybe we should drink a potion. I would like to use it on Spruce. Maybe that's just going to make this take longer though, I'm not sure. Don't know if I have to do anything for that. Amid the enemy's shattered remains, a silver gleam catches my eye. It's the sword that struck me down. The hilt now points towards me. Is this a dagger I see before me, a handle towards my hand? The memory still burns in my sight. I wipe away the blur of tears and blood, fixing my gaze ahead. The blade, buried deep, seems to beckon to me, crying out, "Draw me now!" And then the slime used tackle. Dreek! Here lies the line of fate. Okay. Seized question mark sword. You wrench the weapon free and send the foe flying. As the blade is torn from shapeless entrails, a shrill, agonized scream splits the darkness. My vision blurs. Every step, every fight has drained me. I'm on the verge of collapse. Minor quibble, you want a space after a full stop. After a period. But I can't give in. I have to hold on. I want to live. That's a very dramatic monologue for dealing 6 damage to the slime. I pour what feels like a cursed devotion into this blade. There's no other way. The sword may shatter, but for now. Switch to item break mode. Switch between normal use and break after next use mode. Breaking item after triggers a bonus effect. When supplies are ample, switch to this mode. Can be advantageous in battle. Do you want the big sword? The nasty sword? Or do we want the crap sword? Do the big one. Raises the sword. Slime has fucking died. Out of question mark sword. Again 1 XP. Again 10 XP. The battle is over. The empty space rings with the sound of a shattering sword and the sickening squish of the red thing being hacked to a pulp. Nothing else in the area moves. Thank you. In the depths of my heart, this is what I whisper. I'm not sure all the translations are quite there. Alone, it's just me in this world. The shattered sword and the red things scattered about don't have words for me. The silence is so profound that it hurts. Ow, the silence. I'm helplessly lonely. It's only been a minute. You'll be okay. I thought to myself. Oh, hold on. I have to think positively. Maybe I can find a hero. The sole hope any of us have. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. 1, 2, ellipses. 4, with the Great One as my witness. I'm the sole survivor. I drag my battered body onward. Finally, I arrive at the deepest part of the dungeon. Wait, are you playing cards? Hey, what are you doing? The mage's dim blue gaze pierces through my soul. They're the eyes of one who's completely given up. I can't help but wither under that stare. Playing cards. Doubt, to be exact. Incorrect. As promised to the Great One, no falsehoods may pass these lips. I was just explaining what we're doing to our strange guest here. Appearing dissatisfied, the mage gathers up the piles of cards and lets out a deep sigh. Such a scene is inconceivable in a labyrinth of death, yet it is so. You should join us. Here, I'll deal you in. I find myself approaching the group, still groggy. Here, in the gloom of these catacombs, utterly alone and in the depths of despair. The lively gathering instilled a sense of security in me, like what you'd get from the gentle flicker of a campfire. Are you the hero's pie? Those blue eyes look up at me. Those are different blue eyes from last time. Deep like the ocean, sparkling like the starry sky, black like limpid pools, and yet somehow entirely devoid of life. Yes. Despite the energy of that resounding reply, I can't shake that initial impression from my head. Another thing, the cards I received are not in numerical order. That's how dealing cards works. Some are even sideways. I tidy them up with a false smile. I decide to see what the group has to say over the next couple of cards. There are people here with me in this dark dungeon now. Sure, the situation's not exactly normal, but it's reassuring regardless. Do you know the rules of doubt? Well, can't you tell me about what's going on here first? Despite answering the mage's question with a question, I nod yes. I'm familiar with at least the rules. But if we're talking card games, there are others that come to mind first. That's irrelevant because you're playing Doubt. Doubt, one of the many card games out there. The game involves adding numbers to the pile in numerical order from the hand you're dealt. If you have the next number in your hand, that's great. But if you don't, you play another number, like it's the one you need. In other words, you have to lie when placing the card down. How nice. In that case, you can go first. The mage says this as if nothing is wrong. Yet here the mage is, a sad soul trying to keep this absolutely insane situation going. You're a mage. I was a mage. The next number is 5, by the way. Was? 5. I find a 5 card in my hand and place it on the floor. I can't use magic anymore, so I amuse myself with card games now. In the depths of this labyrinth? Well, it's not like I can leave. The mage's dry laughter rattles through the darkness. Yeah, I suppose a mage without magic might have trouble getting out. But this is the hero's party. It's not like the mage alone here. You're up next, priest. With the Great One as my witness. 6. Okay, then 6 it is. Indeed, for I cannot lie to the Almighty. Beside the priest, the mage sighs and shrugs. Priest didn't used to be like this. Is a devout priest not a good thing? As long as they've got the correct one. Going by appearances, the looks is every bit the model priest. The glasses are too small, though. Is something the matter? Are you perhaps interested in the wonders of my master, the Great One? No. I shake my head. Internal changes are more frightening than external ones. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I thought that. That's just a random thought I had. It's like meeting a friend after a long time only to find out they've become a monster. I can tell by the priest's eyes. This is bad. The next turn is mine. Come on, let's do it. I'm not gonna yell. Next player rips a card out of their hand and slams it down on the pile. But contrary to their actions, their face doesn't move in the slightest. Not even the mouth, which should be speaking. Funnily enough, used to be able to read that face like an open book. The warrior was the absolute worst. Yeah, I'm invincible. Good for you, staying positive. The hand that slams the card down is not a human one. I can see the seams no normal flesh should have, and each joint is rounded like a perfect sphere. The haphazard bends in the warrior's legs also give it away. This guy's a doll from head to toe. If you have any logical thinking abilities, you can guess who he is by process of elimination. But for the sake of introductions, this is the warrior. That's a lie. You're supposed to say, doubt, if you think someone's lying. No! A hand picks a card at random and slaps it onto the pile. The rule is that you have to say the number, okay? It was 7 before, so this would be 8. Mage let out a deep sigh. You know, they were never the sharpest bunch, especially compared to me. But they were never this dense. They could at least handle a simple game of cards. The mage's eyes narrowed, as if the mage was reminiscing the past, as opposed to reminiscing the present or the future. I guess it wasn't a bad journey up until this point. Actually, maybe I should take that back about the warrior, who'd lose big every time. Mwahahaha, I'm the strongest. Many exclamation marks can prove this. More like the weakest. Bet you can't even swing a sword right now with that clunky body of yours. This exchange must have played out countless times on the way here. With emotion that seems to contain all of resignation, every resignation, the mage lays down a card, the final card. A hero has lost the marbles. Where are the marbles of the hero? A warrior who's lost the strength to swing a sword. A priest who's lost the faith. And then me, a mage who's lost the magic. We're annihilated. There's no getting out of this place for us. 9. Doubt. Sorry, but it's true. I'll show you. That is in fact a 9, unless it's a 6. The mage flips over the card to reveal a 9. I stare at my hand. I'm sure everything else the mage said was also true. Otherwise, they wouldn't be playing cards in a place like this. And so I win. At least that part hasn't changed. No doubt about it. Ellipses. What the hell is going on? I grip the cards tighter, my mind racing with questions. Why cards, of all things? Is the hero's party really acting like none of this matters? When the game ended, the 4 of them vanished deeper into the dungeon, leaving me standing there, stunned. Their words still echo in my head, and yet, the mage swore every bit of it was true. A few scraps of explanation between rounds of cards weren't nearly enough to explain what I just witnessed. The mage losing all magic. The hero unable to speak, except for the several times that they did speak. What's that supposed to mean? And the warrior, glass eyes, ball joints, is a doll indeed. No use panicking now. Need answers. But from whom? Talking to the hero's not gonna get me. Oh, the priest. Oh, probably the warrior, so I mean... I make up my mind to speak with the mage. Of the 4, the mage is the only one I can actually talk to. That was my thinking too. The answer is obvious. Mage, I need the full picture. A sensible choice. The others, you get nothing out of them. The fact that you came to me, it's almost a relief. At least you still sound like someone who can think straight. The mage's voice drops, with clouded eyes drifting aside. I don't need to press. The mage's meaning is clear enough. What is the meaning, though? So, what is it you want to know? I've already told you nearly everything I can. What's the plan, mage? The future? The mage fidgets with the brim of the hat, clearly impatient. Yeah, like the 5 of us teaming up to get out of here. It's the only plan that makes sense. Out here, we couldn't count on anyone coming to rescue us. You can forget that. Right now, the only ones still ready for a fight are the hero and you. I'd be dead weight. Warrior's useless too. Unless we find better weapons, there's no hope. What is this? Why do you have a steel rod? Whose tube is this? There's a way, but it's basically a gamble. Staying here is slow suicide, but at least we still have fighters like you. Considering that, I guess the most sensible thing is to just hang out here and pass the time playing cards. Of course, the hero might think differently. The mage sighs. Her murky eyes already resigned, speaking more plainly than words could. If you insist on bringing everyone out, I do have a plan with a decent chance of success. I'll tell you later. You want to play it safe, wouldn't you? Hey, is this normal? Is everything fine and normal here? Just sitting here for a moment makes me feel like I'm about to break. If I had a proper knife, maybe I'd scream and stab you a few times. That desperate? Kidding. I don't lose control like that. Been alive too long to break down. The mage's smile is withered as dead wood, with the hopelessness around. The priest? Terrifying. Just a few words from the priest and you feel insane. Always with the weird rituals. The mage's gaze drifts to the far corner of the cramped room. There, the priest kneels in deep concentration, chanting some obscure prayer, is unsettling. The warrior, always a freak. Maybe that's why the warrior's face is frozen. It becomes even creepier now. Do you think that's why the warrior's face is frozen? And the warrior keeps staring into that mirror. In the other corner, the warrior's eyes stay glued to the mirror in his hands. The warrior's sudden transformation might explain some odd behavior. But this is excessive. Looking at a mirror. As for the hero keeps chewing on some strange thing. All the hero ever says is yes or no. How are you supposed to have a conversation with that? Can't hold a proper talk. Maybe you shouldn't try and make them play card games with a cat. Participate. Across the room, the hero mechanically drops a green sphere into the mouth. Motionless. Almost inhuman. And me, every time I lie down to sleep, the stake in my chest presses against me. That's what this is. That looks uncomfortable. That's several feet long. It's a constant reminder. The stake and this cruel reality. So I sleep sitting up. Even then. If I tilt my head, I still see it right away. Or if I keep my head level. Or if I do anything. The mage's faint whispers almost dissolve into the darkness. The slight shadow of the mage's body. The delicate fingers brushing against the stake. It makes my chest tighten. Without the comrades I rely on. Without my power. This is the first time in all these long years I truly feel helpless. Feel like a little girl again, reaching for something I can never hold. And that helplessness feels familiar. Such long forgotten memories. Being just an ordinary girl can be so lonely, so insecure. I reach out on impulse, wanting to comfort the mage, and then hesitate. The mage looks as fragile as glass. One wrong move and the mage might shatter. Don't worry, mage, I'm here. And what difference does that make? You said you were lonely, so I thought... The mage's blunt reply knocks the wind out of me. Of course, we are strangers. Oh no. Oh dear, I've just remembered we are strangers. Where is my wine? I'm hardly strong enough to change anything here. I'm sorry. Frustration wells up. Even if I want to comfort the mage, I need to be more careful. The mage's quiet sigh drifts over. Well, I know you mean well. I appreciate the thought. Thank you. But if you need to be comforted in return, just to comfort someone, spare not to speak at all. At least be like a doll. Provide a calm presence. Right now, I'm not even as reliable as a doll. The mage's words cut like the stake in chest, sharp and piercing. Maybe this stubbornness is all the mage has left. That's good enough for me. But from who? Warrior can kind of talk. I turn to the warrior. During the card game, everyone else wore deadpan faces. But the warrior always looked cheerful. Maybe I'll hear something positive from the warrior. I need to talk to you about what comes next. Well... The warrior stares blankly at the reflection in the water. The warrior's face is motionless, giving nothing away. I thought they were looking in the mirror earlier, but maybe the mirror is the water. I noticed what I should have realized earlier. This is probably a doll's body. You did in fact notice earlier, you just forgot. A true warrior relies on strength to survive the battlefield. Someone told me the warrior lost the sword-wielding flesh. It seems the warrior's soul was ripped from that battle-hardened body and sealed into this fragile doll. The thought alone makes my skin crawl. Look at me! Am I not super cute? Huh? Seriously, look. I'm adorable. The warrior pokes and prods itself. For a second, I breathe easier. Maybe this won't be so bad. Why would that make you... Why is this comforting to you, me? So, I was thinking. Then the warrior's movements give me a bad feeling. Like a child fascinated by a toy, flipping it over and examining every seam. No. Stop, warrior. No thanks, warrior. Let's not, warrior. Let's just not worry. Didn't realize it was one of those games. We should have stopped the warrior. That was correct. The calm with which a warrior examines the doll body is almost terrifying. Came here for a reason, didn't you? Spit it out. And I'll let go just because you tried to change the subject. Not happening. I hold the warrior fast. At this distance, my reflection stares back at me from the glassy eyes. Time to decide what to ask. I'm gonna leave. I don't want to talk to the warrior anymore. I'm not allowed to leave. I have to talk to the warrior. What do you want to do, warrior? We go out? Yeah, I am weak. Pathetic, really. Then I'll get strong again. Then I'll be adorable and unstoppable. I hate the warrior a lot. Laugh bubbles up from me. This is a pretty good screen, though. In this hellish, suffocating situation, the warrior's optimism is truly reassuring. I disagree with anything you're saying about how it's nice to talk to the warrior. What did you just say? Warrior's eyes glitter as staring off at somewhere I can't see. After we get out, I want to try being an idol. With a face like this, I'd be a hit. Never age. Wouldn't even need to, well, you know. Perfect idol material. The doll lets out a click-click laugh. The warrior is ridiculous in the most ridiculous way. I agree. Thinking about idols while everyone's falling apart is either madness or brave blindness. But somehow his childish hope cuts through the gloom. I like the idea. For I knew it, I'd agreed. I release the warrior's wrist, and a genuine smile slips out. See what the hero has to say. I can probably guess what the hero has to say. Decide to start with the hero. That's not true. I started with the bitch. A pair of glowing blue eyes turns towards me. Don't expect a normal conversation, but should at least try. Hero? I step into the shadows of the cave, closing the distance between us. In the dim light, I notice the hero is eating more strange green orbs. Food? My mouth goes dry, my stomach knots. Survival first, questions later. What are you eating? I try to ask. Not sure if the hero would even bother to answer. Ellipses. The hero stays silent, then crouches down in the corner. Just as I'm about to give up, the hero turns the head and meets my eyes. Yes, the hero brightens and thrusts something green towards me. Moss. Has the hero been eating moss? Yes. The hero nudges it closer. Does the hero really expect me to eat this too? Eat the moss. I grate my teeth and shove the moss inside my mouth. The moss is delicious. I love moss. Not so much. It's just moss, and it tastes like moss. Damp earth and bitter forest flood my tongue. Wet, fuzzy, chokingly green. The greenness is really the most offensive part about this moss. It won't go away. Before I can even react, it pops back out. My brain is screaming. This isn't food. Not food. It isn't reason talking, it's pure instinct. Deep down in my soul. Sorry, I can't swallow it. And what if In some 1 in a billion chance, this stuff is actually delicious. You put it in your mouth, you would know if it was delicious. Packed with nutrients, maybe enough to keep me alive here forever. Then maybe I'd consider living off moss for the rest of my life. Yes. The hero looks a little disappointed. Guess the hero wasn't trying to trick me. I appreciate the gesture, but that moss taste was unbearable. Fuzzy. The shock of the texture. It's fine, we're done with the moss. It's time to talk to the hero. What's going on, hero? Yes. Yes, what? That's useless. I'll need to ask differently. Were you attacked by some powerful monster? No. So it's only yes or no. That's what they said earlier. Like questioning a genie bound to single words. That situation that we're all familiar with. I won't get much detail out of this. Then, hero, are you okay? Yes. Good, I guess. Let's take that as a positive sign. What do you want to do, hero? What if there's no way out? If my comrades' sacrifice were in vain? If this hero falls here too, then every last hope for this world dies. No! Seeing me sink, the hero shakes head sharply. The hero grips my shoulder with a firm, resolute hand. Those blazing eyes cut through the darkness inside me. No! Again, the hero shakes head, eyes burning, as if telling me not to give in. Yes! There's only one path, back the way we came. The death road my comrades paved with their lives. No matter what, we have to fight our way to the ground. What comes after, we'll deal with them, even stripped of everything. The one standing before me still embodies hero. In those bright blue eyes, I found a flicker of hope. And so, we step into the dungeon, swallowed by endless dark and heavy with death. Okay, let's do that. We don't need to talk to the priest, they're a freak too. Haven't heard everyone out. Review the case based on clues at hand. What is happening? Trying to survive down here for any length of time? It's nearly impossible. 5 of us breaking out together? It's about as likely as climbing the sky. I didn't see that text box, it just immediately skipped as soon as it came up. One fact only I know. On the surface, there is no longer any force able to stand against the Demon King. The more I think about it, the deeper my despair grows. After a long moment of thought, I got to the mage slumped against the wall. Mage said there may be a way. Mage is the only one with a clear head who understands more than most. For that reason, the mage's plan seems the most likely to actually work. Step up to the mage and ask about the plan. Mage lifts the clouded eyes to meet mine, shrugs and lets out a weary sigh. Your eyes, just like the warriors, like the heroes. I thought you and I might have been the same kind of person. Another sigh, this one heavier. Honestly, I don't think we'll succeed. Maybe if you go alone, there's a chance you'll make it out. The mage raises a single finger, gaze dropping, voice flat. You still have the strength to fight, but dragging along those of us who've lost our power, or our sanity, it's nearly impossible. So you can only take one. Protect a single person with everything you've got. It's your best bet. My recommendation is the hero. He may not be able to speak, but unlike the warrior or me, his power hasn't fallen off as sharply. He's the one who still has the most left in him. As for the priest, well, you've seen him. His strength is intact. But the mind, not so much. Spent too long talking to the priest on the way up, and you'll break before reaching the ground. A tired, bitter smile tugged at her lips. Maybe the mage had already been worn down by the priest's madness during the time here. If it were just retracing our steps, the hero's diminished power combined with mine might be enough. For a moment, hope flickers back to life. Then the mage douses it cold. In dungeon expeditions, the way back is usually worse than the way in. Your strength is already spent. Monsters that slept before will wake. Traps reset with time. That's why we normally use a return spell. But this time, it's not an option. Be ready for that. The mage's warning drags my spirits down again. Does the mage really have to say it now of all times? Want to argue, but what good would that do? And still, without the mage's reminder, I might have let my guard down and died here. Who you take is up to you. This was your idea. Mage shoves the choice into my hands. Maybe, as it was said from the start, the mage never believed we'd succeed at all. That sounds like the kind of person we want to have on the team. Let's go. Let's go. You pick me, of all people. The mage's gaze seems to look right through me. You heard me, right? I've lost all my magic. Frankly, I'm a burden. I'd advise you to pair up with someone else. The mage says it plainly. Still, the hero, the warrior, the priest, none of them can hold a normal conversation. That's true. I don't want to get bored on the way back out. That's why I picked the mage. I want someone who's always there saying, we're gonna die. This sucks. I'm having a bad time and I'm about to die. But like very eloquently. To break out of this brutal trial, wit matters more than brute force. Maybe I just want someone who can talk. Nothing more than that. Logic or feeling. I weigh the two and revisit what the mage just said. Mage can't help much in a fight, but the mage's intelligence will be useful. I can handle the fighting myself. Whether I can live with that choice is something only I can decide. Still want to go with you. You'll regret it. I don't waver. Once the choice is made, I never look back. I had 3 opportunities to look back. I won't regret this, not for a second. The mage gives a weary half smile and exhales. Told you I'd leave the decision to you. You also said you didn't want to come many times. Since you decide, my struggling won't change it. Let me explain what I can actually do. I have completely lost my magic, so don't count on me in direct combat. You can imagine how useless a mage without magic is. I'd have to spell that out, and I can't because I've lost my magic. Well, losing magic doesn't mean I lost my mind. I've been alive longer than you. I'm experienced in dungeon expeditions. I know what can go wrong and where traps hide. I can advise on strategies and countermeasures in advance. In short, I'm still useful in exploration. You'll be the one to act on those plans, but having a plan beats stumbling blind. And one more thing. I've forgotten none of the spell work itself. If we can source magic externally, I might be able to cast, though only a few times. That's the situation. For the 4th time, are you sure you want to explore the dungeon with me? And still yourself. You set out now. Never thought I'd be dragged into something this foolish. Looks like I'm every bit the fool as well. We stand shoulder to shoulder at the door. Ahead of us lies the dungeon's black heart. Together we must push against the current and fight our way out of this living grave. We will, no matter what, see the blue sky again. I get the feeling the demo's about to end. Coming this fall. From the suffocating dark comes a faint creak. Push the door open for the 2nd time. And yet my heart feels no different from the first. Hope. That single word flares within me. Long as you don't smash any jars and make too much noise, the path ahead should be quiet for now. Don't get tense. She has literal dead weight because that must be heavy, the giant spike. The mage pats my shoulder as I freeze in fear. Those who locked us up would never have guessed that their victims had been annihilated. I don't know what that means, and are now breaking the dungeon from the inside. The mage narrows the clouded eyes and stares into the dark. Remember what I told you? They know us well. Yeah, something about how they knew the hero's blessing, so they sealed rather than killed. No one told me that, but okay. Got a pretty good memory. I got a good memory for things I've never even heard. Or maybe you only remembered by chance. There's something I didn't say because it seemed irrelevant. Those people are all people we already know. So it's no wonder they know us well. I think the mage might actually have lost her mind. I think everyone might have lost their mind. Some were even our former teammates. Does she mean the monsters, these guys? One was a thief, good at locks and scouting. Thief helped us a lot at first. But I learned lock magic later, and honestly the thief didn't do much after that. Well, I mean, they can still jump really high and stab people with a spear if they have to. And they're getting better at using speechcraft. I was cruel enough to tell the thief to find another path and kick the thief out of the party. How could you do that? Think I'm heartless. This journey is life or death. We can't carry dead weight. No point gambling lives for nothing. Bringing the thief along would have been real cruelty. Well, I suppose if you're willing to drag along dead weight like me, probably can't even imagine what it feels like. The mage chuckles and taps the staff. It rings sharp. Mage's words always carry a sting. So I... Hey, is that stick work? Mage still holds the staff in hand. For a mage who can't use magic, it's useless. It's kept only out of attachment, for lack of letting go. It's kept only because they haven't let it go yet. Those are emotions at work. You look honest enough, but you speak so harshly. Mage furrows the clouded brows and grips the staff tightly. Ah, no. I try and explain that's not what I meant. Do I even mean it? The mage's bad speech makes me want to retort in kind. Fine, staff's useless now. Keep it because it's better than empty hands. I can poke people with my big stick. Don't get sentimental. Don't think I'm clinging to it. You can be sure I'm not. I nearly say, you didn't look like that a moment ago. But I don't because I don't know what that would mean in context. Because... Ellipses. The mage turns and steps forward, as if she has nothing left to add. What's wrong? Didn't you say you'd protect me? If you bring me along, see it through. Fine. I took the mage because the mage can talk. Communication feels easier. But only find it is hard to handle after all. Fuss a wry smile and fall into step behind the mage. You gotta have the mage go first. That's just good party composition. Oh, it's enemy. That's a good goblin. I love that guy. That guy owns. Byron sword? You didn't like it? Cannot seize weapons. Cannot crit. What does break do? He seems fine. Oh, he's getting draked. Do I want to drake him? He didn't do as much. Let's drake him. Oh, I should probably go for the like critical hit spot. Oh, where'd you get sword? Let's go. Spruce is taking a lot of damage. Oh, I'm really bad at timing. It's the thing about me, unfortunately. Battle is over. Dizzy and colourful mist fills the corridor ahead. The lead of choosing this path is already clear beyond any need for words. Don't know what that means. Every breath feels like my throat is being corroded by fire. It's not how fire works. Agonized groans mix with heavy, laboured gasps. My throat rasping at a horse. Huh. The mage narrows the eyes in pain, yet still holds on. Seeing her like that, I steel myself not to falter and take a step forward. A journey of just a few dozen steps feels as long as thousands of miles. Breaking through the thick smoke and breathing in the clear air, the reality of having escaped death truly sinks in. I gained experience from the stink. Few adventurers regret opening a chest, yet countless suffer the regret of leaving one closed. Give stick to wizard? Gives him something to do. Yeah, that's good. Does this do anything? Is this me? Why do I have that? That's for her. Okay, never mind. Apparently that's activated automatically. So, let's sort him. I'm not entirely... Oh, you can use that too? I don't know what's happening. It's fine. Hit him. Break him. I don't know what break is, but do it. Can you not break weapons on them unless they're braked? Is that what break is? So I can dreak him, but it's not gonna... Oh. I always... It's never... It's always a little earlier on the thing than I think it is. Dealt Sprout. No damage. The staff is great, actually, but it is going to run out real soon. Again with a big sword. Hit him with the stick. Maybe I should actually heal someone, because she's not doing anything. Next time I use the iron sword, I might as well just smash it. All enemies defeated. Mage is level 2. Choose experience or choose safety. Every decision you make will determine life or death. Mage is not good at this video game. Let's go for the big one. We got this. Guardian staff is broken. Oh, I have curse. Is that bad? No, that's good. Curse is good. Love being cursed. Let's go. Yeah, that. Out of Iron Sword though. Use a potion on Spruce. Can I do that? Yeah. Spruce is not feeling good after walking through the stink corridor. Oh, he blocked. Cunning. But if I were to perfectly dreak him... Oh, I stole his tail. Battle's over. Oh, scent of old books. I don't want to go in the crushing roof room. In an unusually tidy room, the scent of old books fills the air. A few bottles of medicine sit on the table. Do I want success or death? Look at that. The odds of death are so low compared to the odds of success. Oh, okay. If the mage does it, it's more likely to success. Don't get death. I think I saw a picture of this screen, and it made me happy. And that's part of why we're playing this. It's a kind of potion. The thick liquid slides down my throat. I think it actually slid down the mage's throat, slowly settling in my stomach. I close your eyes and wait. Death does not come. Love to hear it. On the contrary, power surges through my body. Other than the unease of ingesting an unknown potion, none seems wrong. No obvious effect, which is better than death. Even in the dungeon, there are spots to catch your breath. Upgrade. Let's get attack effects. What? Oh, that's a rough one. I think you can stop it 3 times is what that means. It's allowed to do that. It's fine. We gotta save. It's zombie. Living corpse. It has high durability and attack power, but its movements are slow. If I can create an opening and deliver a decisive blow to its vital spot. Now I deal with the living corpse. Pointless attacks will only exhaust us. Let's settle this with one strike. I know. Okay. Oh, he hits that. Oh, that's a good one. And then the mage, helping out, doing the best. They healed like one. Ah, I missed my Dreek. Never mind, that's still good enough, apparently. Ignore target block. Can attack 2 times. Stole the zombie's stiletto dagger. Mage leveled up. As I walked, one of the cobblestones suddenly sank with an disturbing sound. Before I could even process what happened and cry out, a metallic sound echoed behind me. I'm sorry, mage. Turned around, stepped in, and grabbed the cold iron bars. No matter how much I pushed or pulled, the cold iron bars wouldn't budge. We're separated by cold iron bars, and the mage has no power to fight. A chill runs through my body. It's fine. Calm down. We're lucky it wasn't an instant death trap, right? That might be true, but the sound is drawing monsters closer. The sound of those footsteps continues to echo, as if spurred on by my own heartbeat. Traps of this kind usually have a mechanism to open it from your side as well. It would be a problem if someone were accidentally separated and couldn't rejoin the group. I think that's what the trap is for, though, is the thing. Half listening to the advice, I let go of the cold iron bars and begin to search the area. I must hurry. I'll be fine, but if the mage is attacked by monsters... Hurry if you can. I am used to dying, but it still hurts like hell. This is new law. Oh. Uh-oh. The footsteps stop. It turned into a dull right away. Irregular rumble. Without making a sound except for the many sounds, the mage is being beaten. Few goblins, sensitive to noise, have swarmed them. If they still had the powers, the mage could have defeated such opponents with a single finger. Too scared to look back, I desperately searched the surroundings, ignoring the skin being scraped off my hands. What does that mean? My fingertips are cut by something sharp. Creepy insects scurry across my fingers. What are you doing with your hands? But it didn't matter. Had to disarm that trap immediately and go save the mage. This is just luck. Even though I knew that, I was feeling anxious and couldn't help but worry. I think we know where both the floor and wall are. I'm gonna find the wall. I imagine that's where a mechanism would likely be. I cling to the wall and search desperately. Stains caused by blood. Small indentations made over time. All of them may seem like the correct answer, but in reality, they're all probably wrong. Don't know what that means. I pushed the mechanism I found with all my... Oh! Hey, we found the mechanism! I was too scared to turn around behind me, so I ran off as quickly as possible. Midge! Ah! Frightened by my desperate swings and angry roars, the goblins quickly scattered into the dungeon. Left behind was the mage, lying on the cold stone with painful wounds all over their body. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I lowered my eyes as I reached out to help them up. I should have protected them. The regret of my failure burned in my heart. She's fine. Don't worry about it. This is simply what happens when you travel with a burden. You brought me along knowing full well that this was a possibility, didn't you? Or was your plan more naive than that? You could still turn back now and find someone more useful. Look, I'll get the next one. So you'll protect me, but deep down, don't you still think of me as a burden? I'm not some helpless princess who walks behind you just to make you look good. I told you, and give you advice on the dungeon. While you were fumbling around, I could have easily found the mechanism myself. If Protecting me is all you intend to do. You'll eventually break. You are not some special one who can save everyone. If you insist on carrying a useless stick and calling it a staff, the least you can do is use it properly. If you aren't prepared to use me to the fullest, sometimes leaving me to die, sometimes using me as a shield square, then you shouldn't be traveling with someone so useless. Stop dreaming. Ideals and emotions won't get you through an adventure. A harsh warning. Words like cold water, dashing my dreams of being a protector. The water that splashes over my head might have been just what I needed to kick off the adventure. After the conversation, I stare into the darkness again. Our journey together has just begun, and there will be many regrets ahead. Still, I decide to walk with the mage. So, without any hesitation, just keep moving forwards. She's fine. She lost 3 health. This has been quite a lot of this game. It's been an hour. You know, I'm kind of into it. This is I could fucking body another zombie. They don't even know what's coming. I'm gonna take that zombie right out. Can I save? No, you gotta get to a save point if you want to save. I'm gonna try and take that zombie right out. I'm gonna end this man's whole career. Zombie has exploded. Ooh, she has the stiletto, but she's rubbish with it because she's kind of not good at things. Zombie healed 4 health for some reason. Oh, it didn't do the turbo kill. That's a problem for me. Zombie, I need you to die. I took 18 damage, that's quite a lot of damage. Stiletto can hit twice, and has slow cursor speed, and I'm rubbish at the timing, so let's just make sure we get rid of the zombie. The zombie does a lot of damage. Spruce reached level 9. I mean Spruce. I misread it. Figure holding its breath behind a pillar. Well, I want to meet a figure holding its breath. Eerie shape signals a monster, but that figure breaks the silence. Before we fight, can we talk? I hope you'll let me go. The monster holds something out. Whoa. We're going to attempt communication with our sanity. We communicated. Since you're offering it to us, I'll take it. While the words are still hanging in the air, Mage snatches what the other offers, and immediately puts distance between them. You probably planned to attack while we were distracted, but you miscalculated. So what's your next move? The monster, as if frightened by my movements, by the mage's movements and gaze, slowly sinks into the darkness and vanishes. Ooh. Could just stick another stiletto in there. What's ice do? It doesn't say. Hitting enemies with... Okay, yeah, but... I don't know what that means. I don't know what break does, in general. Let's just have another knife. The mage can throw potions at us. That's the mage's job. Sorry, mage. Okay, I did kind of want to rest. Because that lets you save. I think we're probably done with the demo. Even though I did kind of want to... Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I think the writing, the translation's not great. I also think there is a danger that it becomes a nasty game for freaks. From some of the interactions we had with the warrior. I think I just want to play more games where people talk to you and the things they're saying don't quite make sense. That's the kind of vibe I'm on right now. Games that have been translated like fairly well, but not all the way well. So you can follow what's happening, but also things sneak through that make me laugh. That's where I am right now. That's the kind of games I'm after. I might look at the start page for that. Hang on. I started off doing this for every game, and then I stopped. You can only save one, but they are all broken. I did have a good time. I think I kind of am just into games that are a bit more visual novel-y now, and I don't know. I've never. I don't know. Just want to be told a nice story. So we don't want to talk to the fighter, but other than that, we can use Curse to rewrite our destiny. Shatter weapons to deal more damage. Unforgiving random events, high lethality, instant retries. Script has 200,000 plus words in it. That's exciting. That's exciting to me. They wrote too many words for this game. Timing minigames that I'm really bad at. What's not to like? I'm adding that to the wish list. Let's go.